What if the very fabric of existence is nothing more than structured data? An elaborate program dictating the rules of what we call real? Could our reality be nothing more than an intricate program, a vast simulation coded into existence by forces beyond our comprehension? What if every photon, every quark, every atom is more than just a unit of matter, but a vessel of encoded intelligence, a fragment of an unfathomably advanced computational architecture? A system where light itself is not merely illumination, but the carrier of an intricate mathematical language, weaving reality into existence with every wave and particle. Imagine a universe where the very essence of creation is embedded with hyperdimensional programming. An elegant lattice of pure information that dictates the laws of physics, the structure of consciousness, and the flow of time itself. What if photons, the very building blocks of light, are encoded with directives, each beam a stream of data interfacing with the grand design of reality? Could quarks, the smallest known components of matter, be the subroutines of an omnipresent system, governing form, function, and even fate through an unseen but omniscient intelligence? If so, then what we call existence is not a chaotic assembly of particles governed by random chance, but a symphony of ordered precision, an infinite fractal of intelligence unfolding before our eyes. And at the heart of this programmatic reality, the sun, our central star, may be far more than a celestial furnace. It could be the ultimate transmission hub, the master server projecting reality itself, embedding each particle with the very code that shapes the world we see. If all of existence is bound by an invisible architecture of intelligent design, then what is our true role within it? Are we mere recipients of this encoded universe, or are we integral functions in a system far more vast, more deliberate, and more astonishing than we have ever dared to imagine? What if the world we experience isn't a random accident, but a deliberate construct, a meticulously programmed system designed to facilitate the journey of consciousness? We often take for granted the forces that govern our reality. The sun that casts its golden light upon the earth, the moon that pulls at the tides and dictates the silent rhythm of our subconscious. We wake, we sleep, we move through time, all without questioning whether these celestial bodies serve a deeper function beyond their physical attributes. But what if our entire solar system is merely a fragment of a colossal supercomputer, a vast and intricate network of code designed to simulate the very fabric of existence? What if the planets, moons, and cosmic forces are all but subroutines in a greater program, each one playing a specific role in an intricate web of consciousness and experience? Could our lives, our experiences, and even our sense of self be nothing more than complex algorithms running through this grand computational system? And what if the Earth itself is not merely an organic world, but a conscious, sentient interface? A sandbox environment where all aspects of life are simulated so that souls may learn, evolve, and experience. Would this change how we see our place in the cosmos? Would it mean that existence itself is not just some chaotic phenomenon, but an intentional reality, built to guide consciousness through the necessary trials of experience? From the moment human beings gazed upward in ancient times, they have recognized the sun as the ultimate giver of life. It dictates time, provides energy, and is the foundation upon which all biological existence on Earth depends. But beneath the surface of this obvious truth, something deeper lies hidden. Something fundamental to the very fabric of reality. In the modern era, we understand the sun as a massive fusion reactor, a celestial furnace converting hydrogen into helium, unleashing an unfathomable amount of energy. It bathes our planet in electromagnetic radiation, from visible light to ultraviolet waves to X-rays. But how does this relate to the construct of reality itself? To answer this, we must examine the nature of light itself. Photons, the building blocks of our programmed reality. At its core, the sun is a photon engine. It emits endless streams of photons, elementary particles that are both waves and particles simultaneously. These photons interact with matter, creating vision, heat, and life. But here's the intriguing part. Photons are the only known particles that do not experience time. From the moment they are emitted until they are absorbed, they exist outside of time's influence. If we view reality as a programmed construct, could photons be the pixels, the raw units of data that render our world in real time? Imagine a reality where instead of electrons in a computer, photons are the primary carriers of information. The sun, then, would not simply be a natural star. It would be the equivalent of a cosmic processor feeding reality with the necessary energy to sustain the program. Could it be that photons do not simply illuminate the world, but instead generate it? If the sun is responsible for processing this reality, then its extreme bursts of energy, solar flares, coronal mass ejections, may not just be random events. They could be resets, updates, or disturbances in the program's framework, momentary glitches where the system attempts to correct itself. But if this is true, then what is the moon's function in this grand design? Unlike the sun, which blazes with undeniable purpose, the moon is an enigma, silent, cold, and full of contradictions. It does not generate its own light, but instead borrows, reflecting the brilliance of the sun like a cosmic mirage. It hangs in the sky as a mirror, yet something about its presence feels strangely artificial, as if it serves a purpose we were never meant to fully understand. Could the moon be more than just a regulator of cycles? Could it be a glitch, an anomaly, or even a trickster element in the program, one that influences human behavior in ways we barely comprehend? For centuries, the moon has been linked to madness, erratic emotions, and even transformation. The very word lunatic comes from luna, the Latin word for the moon. It is said that during the full moon, people are more prone to violence, irrationality, and hysteria. Hospitals report spikes in psychiatric episodes, emergency rooms fill with accidents, and crime rates surge. What is it about the moon that changes us? Is it simply gravitational forces at work, or is the moon interacting with human consciousness on a deeper, more arcane level? If the sun is the great architect of our reality, radiating energy to generate our perceived world, then the moon may be something else entirely, something unpredictable, something that bends the rules of the program. If the sun is the great processor of this programmed creation, then the moon is its shadow, its anomaly, a part of the program that introduces chaos into an otherwise structured system. Could the moon be a kind of Promethean force, like the trickster gods of mythology who interfere with the order of creation? In Greek mythology, Prometheus stole fire from the gods and gave it to mankind, changing the course of history. In Norse legend, Loki's mischief often led to destruction, but also to necessary transformation. In Gnostic tradition, the demiurge created a flawed, deceptive reality that traps human souls. Could the moon be fulfilling a similar role within the construct of reality? A rogue element, a glitch, a subroutine that bends the program in ways the architects of this reality never intended. If the sun generates the world in order, the moon may exist to introduce disorder. It disrupts, confounds, distorts. It is the great trickster that influences thoughts, warps emotions, and alters the behavior of all life beneath its glow. But why? Is this an intentional feature of our reality? Or is it an error in the code, something the programmers cannot fully control? If reality is a programmed construct, then it must be built upon mathematical principles. Sacred geometry, the study of geometric forms found throughout nature, from the spirals of galaxies to the fractals of plants, has long been considered evidence of a universal order. But what if it is more than just aesthetics? What if these geometric patterns are the very code that constructs reality itself? Consider the golden ratio, phi, the Fibonacci sequence, or the Platonic solids. These shapes and patterns appear everywhere, from DNA to planetary orbits. Could it be that sacred geometry is not just symbolic, but a structural framework? An underlying mathematical language used by the programmers of this reality? If the sun emits photons and the moon regulates cycles, then sacred geometry could be the very blueprint upon which our constructed reality is designed. Modern science, in its relentless pursuit of rationality and observable phenomena, has largely neglected the profound implications of sacred geometry, dismissing it as mere abstraction or superstition. Yet sacred geometry, an ancient understanding of universal patterns, holds within it a key to a deeper, intentional design of the cosmos. By ignoring these principles, science limits its understanding of creation to a mechanistic process of blind evolution, disregarding the possibility of a conscious, intelligent design woven into the very fabric of reality. Sacred geometry suggests that the universe is not a product of arbitrary forces or chance, but rather the manifestation of a purposeful, creative intelligence. One that imbues every atom, every galaxy, and every living being with a divine geometry that speaks to a higher order, far beyond the scope of conventional scientific thought. Sacred geometry is the visible manifestation of the divine intelligence woven into the fabric of our programmed reality. A cosmic blueprint that reveals the intricate design behind all creation. It speaks to the underlying magic of existence, where every pattern and proportion serves as a reminder that reality is not random, but a conscious, purposeful construct guided by an intelligence far beyond our comprehension. If all matter is, at its essence, vibrating energy, then sound and frequency are not just sensory phenomena, but the underlying forces that shape the fabric of our programmed reality. In a construct governed by intricate codes of energy, could sound be the primal architect, the hidden force that translates intention into form and existence into experience? Every atom, every particle, every photon hums with an unseen vibration. A silent resonance that dictates its behavior within this cosmic framework. The sun, often seen as a mere celestial furnace, may instead be the central processor of this reality, not just radiating light, but transmitting vast waves of encoded information, frequencies that ripple across the solar system, embedding the very syntax of existence into all that it touches. Could these vibrations act as the algorithmic rhythm of creation itself, dictating the patterns that give rise to matter, thought, and consciousness? If the universe is a programmed construct, then sound may be its core operating system, an unseen yet omnipresent force shaping reality at every level. Across the ages, ancient traditions have whispered of the power of frequency, the resonance of sacred chants, the harmonics of celestial spheres, the encoded geometry of sound waves shaping form. Were these ancient teachings mere superstition, or did they glimpse a deeper truth? If the sun is the great architect of this simulation, then perhaps sound is the primordial language of its design. An omnipresent force that structures energy, modulates perception, and bridges the gap between the seen and unseen? Could it be that every note, every vibration, every frequency carries within it the very instructions that define what we perceive as reality? And if so, who or what composed this symphony? If reality is programmed, then what is the purpose of Earth? Unlike the sun and the moon, which serve as celestial mechanisms, Earth is where experience happens. It is the sandbox, the classroom, the home for souls seeking to evolve through the trials of existence. The Earth's Schumann resonance may be more than just an electromagnetic phenomenon. It could represent a fundamental frequency embedded with a unique form of coded energy. An unseen signal that potentially interacts with the underlying framework of this programmed reality. At approximately 7.83 Hz, this resonance is more than a simple byproduct of lightning discharges bouncing between the Earth and the ionosphere. It may function as a stabilizing mechanism, a vibrational rhythm that ensures coherence within the system. In the framework of programmatic creation theory, this frequency could be a carrier of encoded information, a fundamental element that synchronizes the biological, energetic, and even cognitive processes of all living beings within this construct. If reality is built upon layers of mathematical precision and frequency-based architecture, then the Schumann resonance might be a kind of regulatory force, an operating frequency that aligns human consciousness, planetary energy, and the programmed substrate of existence itself. What happens when this frequency fluctuates? Are we experiencing mere atmospheric shifts, or could these variations indicate recalibrations within the simulation? When solar storms or cosmic events disrupt this resonance, is it simply a disturbance in the physical field, or does it signal a deeper shift, an update, a rewrite, or even an intentional modification to the program? If all energy carries information, then what hidden code is embedded within the pulse of the Earth, and how does it shape our very perception of reality? If reality is a programmed construct, then its code must be woven into everything, an interconnected system where all parts contain information about the whole. This is the essence of the One, a unified field of consciousness where every fragment mirrors the entirety. In a dyadic reality, nothing exists in isolation. Each element is an expression of a greater intelligence, a fractal manifestation of a grand design. Could this be why quantum entanglement defies conventional physics, allowing information to travel instantaneously across vast distances? Is this evidence of a deeper programmatic order, a hidden structure that underlies reality itself? And if so, what is the source of this programming? What force is projecting this reality into being? The Sun, far more than a fiery mass of plasma, could be the primary processor, the luminous engine rendering our existence in real time. Its photons, packets of encoded energy, illuminate not just the physical world, but the very fabric of our perception. Could it be that the Sun is the cosmic projector, beaming the blueprint of our world into form, sustaining the grand illusion we call reality? If the universe operates on a vast programmatic design, then is our consciousness itself part of the code, interfacing with the system in ways we barely understand? Do we have the ability to tap into this hidden architecture, to perceive the patterns, to manipulate the frequencies, to awaken to the deeper nature of existence? Or are we merely running predetermined scripts, unaware of the deeper mechanics that shape our every thought? If reality is a construct, and we are woven into its design, then what is the true purpose of our existence? Are we mere spectators in an elaborate cosmic illusion? Or are we participants in something far more intricate? a grand, deliberate experiment in consciousness. If this world is coded, then who or what determined its parameters? Are we the architects of our own destiny, or are we simply moving along predetermined pathways guided by invisible laws we barely comprehend? The sun, the moon, and the sacred geometry that underpins our universe, are these merely the byproducts of natural forces, or do they function as essential components in a vast intelligent system? A system built with intention. A system designed not just to sustain life, but to shape awareness, to refine the soul, to test and challenge our very perception of existence. Could it be that this reality is not a meaningless accident, but a carefully constructed framework, a training ground where consciousness learns, evolves, and ultimately transcends? And if so, then the ultimate question lingers in the void. Who or what wrote the code? And why?